NAFTA deal.
A gender-creative playgroup just received a $5,000 donation. I'll show you who donated the money and why it went to a program called Blink.
There are different rules and regulations for federal and provincial parks all across Canada. May Long weekend is finally upon us, and it's the first May Long since marijuana legalization. So I'm going to break down exactly what you can and can't do at your campgrounds. If you were hoping to bring some weed on your camping trip to a provincial park, you need to know this. Unless you're at your own cottage, the same public smoking rules apply.
There's also a prohibition for cannabis in campsites in Manitoba provincial parks. So although it's allowed within the privacy of your own home, we do not allow it in provincial park campsites.
Until 2018, Manitoba also outlawed liquor in provincial parks. This will be the second consecutive year that that ban has been lifted.
Campers were well behaved, so this year we're continuing that lifting of the liquor ban. So it's okay to drink on your campsite in a provincial park this May Long weekend?
We don't abuse it, we drink responsibly, and I think that's the whole point, is that people need to take responsibility for their actions and behave accordingly.
The province also provided reasoning on why alcohol is not banned, but marijuana is.
Campsites are somewhat treated like your own private leased area, with the exception of cannabis rules, because smoke carries as opposed to having alcohol in a cup. So liquor is prohibited, is allowed on a campsite, but nowhere else in the park.
A few other things to note: don't bring your own firewood from another area. The province is asking that you purchase local wood to burn so you don't risk inviting invasive species. Quiet hours are from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m., so it's asked that you respect fellow campers. As for federal parks, rules vary between sites and provinces, so check out the Parks Canada website for site-specific rules. From Birds Hill Provincial Park in Winnipeg, Mike Albanese, City News.
A fire just after 11 Friday morning on Selkirk Avenue has claimed 2 lives. Fire paramedic crews arrived to find this 2.5-story home engulfed in heavy flames. 2 people managed to get out and were taken to hospital in unstable condition. 2 others were found inside once the fire was put out. The cause is still under investigation. Police are asking for your help in locating 2 missing children. Tatiana and her brother Dustin Morand were seen last in the Tyndall Park area on Wednesday morning. Winnipeg police are concerned about their well-being. If you've seen either of these siblings or have any information regarding their whereabouts, you can call the Missing Persons Unit or Crime Stoppers. An update for you on these dramatic scenes we showed you Thursday. Winnipeg police called in their tactical unit to deal with 911 call reporting a threat with a gun. Officers surrounded a home near Cathedral Avenue and Main Street Thursday evening. The incident closed lanes in both directions for about an hour. A man and woman were safely removed from the house. No gun was found, and police are saying it was a domestic matter.
It was just past 6 in the morning on Tuesday when a man walking in the Notre Dame Avenue and Winnipeg Avenue West area was approached by a stranger. The second man knocked the first man's cup of coffee over, spilling coffee all over his face and torso. But that was just the beginning. That suspect then went to this nearby Tim Hortons where he jumped the counter and demanded to use a phone. He grabbed a woman working there and was given a phone that he later stole. The man also threw a container of hot tea at a customer and missed before staff escaped through the drive-through window.
You look at how some of the employees reacted. There was some employees that snuck out through a drive-through window. And I think you got to be quite scared to take it to that level.
Now the man then made his way to this Husky gas station and convenience store where he rushed the counter, stole cigarettes and started harassing staff and then pelting them with lit cigarettes as he smoked inside. I talked to the woman behind the counter just now, and she was working that morning as well. She says they tried to call police, but police told them they had no cars available at the time. Husky staff say the man made a mess of the store before lying down and then trying to set himself on fire using the gas pumps outside. However, staff may have turned the gas taps off as he wasn't successful.
He exited the store and picked up this gas nozzle, held a lit cigarette. I don't believe that any gas was dispersed. He did make a comment that he was going to burn the establishment or business down, but ultimately didn't return in the store and stole a drink.
After that, the man continued along Notre Dame, entering this 7-Eleven, demanding to use a phone and threatening to kill an employee. He would stay there until police arrived to bring him into custody. Officers say despite using force, there were no injuries during the entire incident. The man was taken to hospital due to his agitated state, and police say they suspect methamphetamine was involved.
They can't say for sure just because there's no self-admission or medical test that we were able to do, but there's certainly a lot of indicators that made officers feel that this was methamphetamine related.
Drew Matthew Towns, a 20-year-old man from Saint Jean-Baptiste, is now in custody facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of robbery and 2 counts of assault with a weapon. In Winnipeg, Xiaoli Lee, City News.
Really?
Friends and family of an Indigenous woman killed during a botched robbery in Winnipeg say they can finally start healing after the last of 3 men responsible for her death were sentenced to 13 years in prison.